So hey Andy, this is on the left one of your first couple of swims. On the right, randomly chose one of the swims towards the end of the session, where we were trying to put into practice those things that we talked about. So I kind of want to use this video as a bit of a reminder, and actually, yeah, even at the beginning, when you look at the two stills, you can see some immediate differences.
100%.
So first of all, you've got this, we always start here, this head position. Yeah, you're looking forward, and the net result of that is that your body is low in the water. You can see in relation, as you pointed out, those steps are a good guide actually to use when thinking about how high we are in the water.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, one of the reasons your hips and legs are low at the beginning is your head. The next thing we think about is our legs, and the last thing that impacts our body position is that forces stuff, you know, pushing straight down on the water rather than extending forwards, getting over the top of it. So we started to think most of all about body position. How high can we get in the water? What's our head position? You look at this side. Not just your body position in the water here, but also this lovely long extended position here on your hips compared to Superman on this side, where we're flat and we can't really extend properly in the water. So what I'm going to do, you were working a lot on that rotation from your hips and really trying to extend in the water in these positions, and you got really good at it. So I'm going to play this in slow-mo and then in full speed, and then rewind it and just take a look at that breath thing that we talked about. You can really see profound differences here in terms of the way that you're swimming and your height throughout in the water. So let's just rewind that. Now we can look at this this breath timing issue on either side, but let's minimise this side a little bit and look at it over here, because you were swimming better here. This was towards the end. Now what we didn't manage to do is eradicate this falling thing here. So I want to use this video just to kind of remind ourselves why it's happening. So remember, you kind of learn to swim and breathe with your hips quite flat. So as a result, you need leverage to get your head out in order, the mechanics of getting your head out in order to breathe. So you can see that head's turning first. Here it comes. And this is when you were really working on not doing it. And then you're pushing down on the water to get yourself into that position where you breathe.
See that legs come straight out.
There's the hello sailor at the back. Absolutely. Happens every time. And there's that leverage. Now, there's several things we can do to help that. One of them is basically teaching your brain that when you're rotating as nicely as you're able to do, you can start initiating your breathing from that rotation and not early from your head twisting. And then you won't need leverage because the water will be there. You'll be on your side when you bring your head out to breathe. Trouble you've got is the water's not there because you're still flat as you've twisted into that position, so you need to push to try and get breath. So that will take a bit of time to work on, but I would say my sort of plea on this is work on those things one by one, like we talked about. You've seen already how difficult it is when you try and think of all the stuff all at once. So simplest thing is don't. Take them one by one, make them unconscious.
I know which steps I need to look at now.
I mean, in full speed here, you can really see a very profound difference in what you're doing here. You've got to make sure that head stays nice and lazy. That's the thing. You kind of remember head will come up and down and that sort of thing. So, but hugely well done. Really enjoyed that.